Hello everyone, I'm Gurunext and this is the 15th episode of development blog of Spawned. And today I'm going to show you what I've done this week. Here is a new animation for item swinging and stuff like that. So I can swing the sword, and it has maximum distance and minimum, and as you can see it swings the direction I look, just like that. It's kind of weird like this, but whatever. So, and it has a minimum distance, so if you close the block and the block is in front of you, it just swings like this. And the further you go, the further it gets, until it reaches maximum distance. And as you can see, I have lost some durability of the sword, and you can see the durability of the sword. Here is displayed as a status. Here's all the status will be displayed here, and here will be the icon of the item, the 3D icon. I actually managed to display it with a 3D actual model, but I had to move player into empty space, and then it was a dark space and it was underground. It was like 0, 42 and 0, then you can fuck you. So basically I teleported the player into some kind of dungeon, to empty dungeon, and displayed the item for him, but it lagged to teleport the player because the more distance between that dungeon and the player, the more lag it gets. So it's not really good thing to do to display the item, so I decided to just give a picture of 3D item. And what I've done to display the item, you can press D key, and here you go. The controls to control the item is W and as D, just the casual controls keys, and you can move it around, you can move it towards you or further away from you and rotate it. So if you want to exit this, you press V or Tab. Tab would exit the whole inventory system, and V would only exit the item viewing state. So I pressed View, but when I press Tab, I don't see inventory pop up anymore. And there is pop up of the player velocity. I will talk about this a bit later. So there's a buff system, and as you can see there is the different displays of stuff and whatever, and the names are different. You can see this is a wooden sword, right? But it's wooden something because it was buffed. Not actually, but it just gives you the idea that if you buff the item, if you enhance it or enchant it, whatever, so you get name changed very easily. And now I'm gonna show you how the buff system works. It only has a one buff, the healing buff, not the actual heal percentage buff or the one that decreases hunger. That actually is not displayed here, but will be, because obviously not just heal from the apple, you just decrease hunger. So now I eat apple, and here I got 30 seconds of the heal. If I eat apple some more, I get some more of the buff length, so I increase the length of the buff by 10 seconds. As long as I keep eating, I get like 100 and some more of the healing. So this is pretty long. I will decrease the length of it, but this just gives you the idea that the longer you eat, the longer you get the buff, the longer it gets. So now, so you can see this buff over here. I will change the icon of it, because when you eat apple, you will get all the buffs from the apple to this little thing. Not just healing, it will not display only healing, it will display one buff of the item, and it will be displayed as a name of the item and the icon of the item. So there's pretty much a lot of stuff to do. And as you can see, there's a difference between this font and this font. It's just because I'm using Archia's script. I just edited a bit and this looks pretty nice. Though it's a lot of sprites, there is no other way that Adventure Craft doesn't allow custom fonts, but it still looks nice and doesn't lag a lot, so it works. And the last thing I wanted to show you is the drop system. It's pretty casual. You just drop items with Q or Control and Q if you want to drop a left hand items, or if you want to drop all the items you can just press Q a few times and you drop all the items you have in the hands. So that's about it. Well, what I will be doing here, I'll be enhancing the buff system. There will be a lot of displays of the buffs that you will carry all these items. You will see the overall addition, what they do. I guess it will take 3 slots of it and 1 slot for the whole status of you. So how much health you have, how much stuff, how much mana, that kind of stuff, you know. And this button will display yourself just like an item. So just to remind you, you will have this display. Just there will be a player of you with the armor set and stuff like that. So as you can see, what I've done to remove the bug of the fixing, like the mouse can only go up and down. So how do I fix it? You see there is this, if I look into the sky right now and I would go to inventory, as you can see I'm not looking at the sky right now. So I've just changed the direction it's looking when it's on the inventory. That was kind of the idea. When I teleported the player, it looked just like here, and the item would be displayed right here. So that's how the dungeon would work if I wouldn't delete it for the lag issues. So that's about it. I am looking further to the next development blog. I hope you are as well. I hope you are subscribed to my channel, and see you then when you do see the another video I'll be posting. And yeah, I'll be working on the buff system and damage system, so I could catch whenever player gets damage from falling damage, from touching a cactus or spikes, so I could actually heal myself, because I can't actually get damage when I'm healing. So it's just an issue that I really need to fix. That's what I'll be doing this week. And hopefully next week I'll come up with the same video. Goodbye.